Hey, how are you? I'm on. Alright, of course, I'm getting distracted. Let me get this show going here. Hey, I got a little too much on my mind tonight, so it's just one of those. Frustrated about something silly. Anyways, so I've had it. I've kind of run into a situation where I'm like, you know what? I've had it, and here we are. So I'm rocking my own show tonight because that is what I do. Hi, I gotta remember the camera's here. So, oh, sorry, you're looking at my phone. And with the whole changes in the room, I'm still getting used to it. Buddy's here. He's being my little fuzzy buddy. And you know what? I'm just rolling with it. So, I did prepare a little bit. That's what took a little longer to jump on tonight. Just bear with me a few minutes here as I kind of get organized. So two things. I'm still working on this month's card class. The designs are great. I love them. This is one of my favorites I've done in a while. I know every month's great, but this time, you know what? I took my time. I really, focused on what I wanted to do. I'm really enjoying how they're turning out. So I'm actually really excited. I need some scrap papers here because I got to write some notes out. And I really need to start getting stuff going tonight. Alright, so I got this. Just bear with me a few minutes or more as I try to figure out where did I put everything, because I got stuff scattered all over the desk here. And yes, I use scrap paper. I really do. Okay, so. Hey, Evelyn. Yeah, I just needed to breathe, you know? You know when you're pissed off about something, you just need to breathe. Ah. I'm okay. It'll get better. It'll just phase over. And, I've had it. So, meh, you know, meh is the word. Okay. All right, I'm just getting myself situated here because I have my original notes here for the designs for this month. So at this point, I've designed the cards. I did my first drafts, and then I did my second drafts. They both look really good. And now I'm ready to mass produce the papers. So that's what I'm working on tonight, is making my actual measuring notes and list of papers. This piece of paper is not really ideal, but I'm rolling with it because I use scrap paper. I really do. So, card one. And then I know everyone knows a little bit about what's going on with me. Really? Hold on. Let me get my brain going here. Cardstock, Lost, Lagoon. There's a person on our team, and you know what? She and I we've been butting for a while. It just hasn't been working. We don't get along. I've tried to be nice. I try to be quiet. I try to keep to myself because she's senior to the team. Not just a senior, but she's also senior to the team and that. You know what? I've had it, and I've tried to be nice. It just doesn't work. I've been on committees with her and that. I've been part of some other stuff with her, and it's just not working. So, I'm looking at so I can't show you the cards I'm making, okay? We're gonna work some no sketch. And sorry about my handwriting over this thing. So, Lost Lagoon cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, okay? White inside, which is 4 by 5.25. Anyway, so this person, she runs events and that within the team. I go, but you know what? The last few years, it's just getting harder. It's getting worse. Can't stand her. And I'm at the point where, like, I'm done. Yeah. Anyway. Hi. I got a buddy here. Yes, I am on video. Oh, my mic is on, just making sure. I didn't check that ahead of time. We good? Anyway. Yeah, I'm all worked up over stupid stuff. It's all good. Anyways. So, yeah, let me get my notes on this card figured out first, anyway. But yeah, no, I just finally looked at things tonight and thought, you know what? I'm moving on, more or less. So, and I'm happy about that. I just nicely told the person, it's like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with how they're acting and behaving, and you know what? After the June event, I'm moving on. So there is camera there and camera there. Just FYI for you, because I suddenly have a local audience of Buddy and Peoples. Anyways, so all right, I need Lost Lagoon pieces. Evelyn, you're funny, but I'm not doing that. Alright, I gotta write out some mess. I have the original measurements of the first card here. Here's the layout. This is inspired from Dana, who is someone else, and she's a really great local crafter. So I need a 5 by 1 3/4, and then 3 times other pieces. 1.5 dash 1 times 1.5. I've been saying dash lately. I'm like, it's not dash, it's times. Evelyn, you're funny. Anyways, and then the DSP pieces. This one, I'll just write it over here. 4 3/4 by 1 1/2. And then 3 times 1 1/4 and dash 1 1/4. But anyway, oh, I got a good claw mark for my dog here, actually. Anyway, and then what else? I need a white circle die, which I have not measured, but I'll do a quick rough measurement now. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but yeah, no, just tonight, I finally kind of lost my temper a little with like, you know what? I've had it. So it's a 2-inch circle by 2 inch, and then this is going to possibly have a thingy on it. I can't tell you guys what it is because you have to be part of the class. So it's like pretty much 2 1/4. Yes, it did make me laugh, Evelyn. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So white 2 1/4 dash times 2 1/4. I keep saying dash lately. So this one I want 2 sets for a reason. So there, that's card 1 written up. So card 2, because I gotta write out all my measurements, or else I'm gonna really goof the numbers. Yes, woohoo! I'm hyper. I'm like, I want to take over the world type mode right now. When I get a little frustrated, it actually energizes me that, you know what, I want to do stuff, and then my buddy's with me. Do you hear him? Ooh, I hope you guys hear him. Come on, buddy, growl. Ah. We got tail thumpers too. Like, I'm defending mommy tonight. Good boy. But yeah, no, I just did a, polite version of, hey, no longer feeling comfortable where this is going, and, the very polite FU type of thing is what I pulled tonight, so, very, very polite. Because I'm like, yeah. Because apparently, this person didn't like some comments I made in their group, and I got things falling over in the room. That was me tonight. That was my own downfall. Hold on, let me fix that before I take out my plants, because I moved some stuff earlier and didn't realize that was going to go boof. Oops-a-daisy. I gotta clean this room, but we'll get there. Alright, there we go. So, because I guess this person wanted me to, take down one of my comments, and I just didn't because, hey, I got busy with life and that. Because they couldn't wait at all. The next day, apparently, they took it down. Because I guess it was that offensive to them, and I'm like, really? It was a vague comment. Like, it wasn't anything but specific to what was going on, but it was what wasn't. But anyway, so. But you know what? I just, it's all good. No. I don't know if that picked up on the mic, by the way. No. No, I just did the polite, hey, I don't feel comfortable where this is going, and, no longer feel welcome. Like, I don't care if they don't like that. Like, they chose to act that way. Hey. Alright. Yeah, I know. I'm just frustrated. A little bit more brain damage and maybe I can become management. Maybe you can. Maybe I need some brain damage. Alright, So the next piece, another Dana inspired, ironically. The color of the paper, I don't even know what color I used, to be honest. What color did I even use? Hold on. I gotta look it up because I don't remember the color it was. I can see the color. Alright, the next one is Petal Pink. Okay. Because I couldn't remember what it was. Alright. Petal Pink cardstock. But yeah, tonight's just more getting my notes ready. Expressing that, hey, sometimes we have people in our lives who just, frustrate us. And, I've had it, So, 8.5 by 5.5. But I have to cut off a piece because I'm... That was heard, by the way, up there. Our friend Evelyn heard you. And this is recorded. I guess about whatever it was you're talking about. And probably your other comment earlier, too. I don't remember what it was, though, but yeah. Anyway. Why, you want me to delete the video when I'm done? Damn it. I don't usually delete my videos. Alrighty. Okay, so, anyways. We're having a swell time tonight, talking about our frustrations. Alright, I'm just looking at this card. I guess, again, I can't show you guys, but they're really good cards. Alright. So, DSP. 5.25 by 2.5. And another piece. 5.25 by 1.25. Okay. And these are match. Okay. And then we need DSP. Now this one, I'm just going to measure off of the other concept. Because I used a die for this. So it's like 2 by 3.5. 2 by 3.5. Well, I appreciate that, Evelyn. If maybe, I mean, generally most people don't watch my videos anyway, so. Yeah, I was gonna keep this video too. Next one is like 3.75. 3.75 by 2.25. So 3.75 by 2.25. Now that's a different DSP with a die. Okay. The other comment earlier is the one time. Okay, I don't know. That's okay. It is what it is. And then we need die cut floral. There is a floral theme to this month because it's like a springy kind of theme. And then, so really it's like 1.5. I'll just say 1.5 dash times 1.5. Okay, my words are jumbled, but that's okay. And then a white phrase. Now this is also a die. And I want 2 sets of that for a reason. If you'd have to attend my classes to know what the heck I'm talking about. So that is really 2.25, we'll say. 2.25. Yeah, I really got my hand marked up earlier. By 1, we'll say. Okay. Now this card, I didn't put a white inside, but because this is a special size, I'm gonna have to math it out a little bit differently. Just bear with me a moment, because I have a little cute little tape measure, by the way. I can't show you the name of it because that's a whole different thing. And then, so really, okay, so same size as the front, and I just lost my comments. Sorry. So 5.25 by 2.5. There we go. So that's card 2 written out. You're on about, are we having fun? Not necessarily. It's kind of vague these days with stuffs in life going on. It's It's complicated, and I'm frustrated. But yeah, you know what? I just need to move forward and do what I want to do and, leave behind the negative people that bring me down because they choose to bring me down. So that's kind of what I'm at. So another piece of scrap and another piece of scrap. Yes, I like my scrap papers. Really, really weird. I know, but that's okay. So. Alright, so there's a third and a fourth card here. Because I really need to get a move and make my notes. So, card 3. How else if I could spell, too? CAD 3. Yeah, anyway, it's been one of those weird days. So, card 3. Now, what happened was, when I was designing card 3, I ended up doing 2 versions of the same card. And I loved them both so much, I decided I'm going to keep them in the project because they just turned out really, really nice. I loved how they turned out. So, I'm just going to kind of sort of have it nearby as I'm making my notes. They both versions of all the cards I made turn out really beautiful. I love them. Okay, so I'm using Misty Moonlight cardstock. Again, normal size. 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. White inside and white front. So the good news is these 2 cards so far start the same. 5.25 by 4. 5.25 by 4. Might as well start right the second one out. I'm just gonna use the back side of this because this side's got too much writing on it. And the other sheet earlier had, the security graphic on the back. So card 4, Misty Moonlight, 5.5 by 8.5. Because I can't write tonight. And then white inside. White front, 5.25 by 4, 5.25 by 4. Okay. So then this is where everything goes different for these cards. So this one gets 3 different DSP pieces, and I did like a rough measurement when I was designing this yesterday. So I got off camera here, measure my pieces. So 1, because that's where the cards differ a little bit. So really 1.5. And I actually wrote these down. Oh, I did write these down. Okay, never mind. I wrote these down. They're right here. By 1, 2, 3.25 by 2 3/4. 3, 2.5 by 1.25. All right. So card number 2, or 4th, I mean, card 4. I have the measurements here. 3 different DSP. So one is 2.25 by 1.25. 2, 3, 3, 2, not 3. See, this is why I need to write everything down. 2 3/4, 1.5, 3. Again, I'm. This is what happens when I'm bothered. Alright, there, got that. Okay, now, this is where I don't have measurements. So, wait, times 2. Times 2. I gotta measure again. And this is a die cut. Alright, so that is... So 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And then 1.25. Okay, and the same thing on here, because these two are very similar cards, but I love them both. And then we need some more stuff's happening. So, Misty, yellow, flirty. I use a different yellow for this, so I might use the same. And this is, oh, and then we're going to need green as well. Misty, yellow, flirty. Now, of course, these are the dies. Evelyn, you're funny. Alright, now I gotta reach the dice, but holy crap, there's a buddy really curled up behind me. I can't reach the dies right now. I'm just wondering, do I have the die cuts sheet nearby? So, not that I encourage, let's go reach into a garbage can, but sometimes you have to, just to find the pieces you need to measure out my sizing. Because I didn't write these down yet. So here's the die cuts negatives that I tossed out. So this is 1 3/4. Where'd my pencil go? Oh, there it is. 1 3/4, but I think it's 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4. Whoops. I just flung that piece somewhere across the room. Buddy's gonna eat it later. Oh, I found it. It's on the floor. I found it. Hi, buddy. Yes, you like to eat my die cuts, don't you? Okay, let me get that before I give it to Buddy again. Got it. Got it. And that was 1 1/4. Same thing on this. And then green. Now you're probably wondering, why do I explain these steps on video? Because I do. It shows the process of how to make a class. So 1 3/4, probably the same size really. 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, same size. 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. There we go. And there we go. I have everything I need written out to make this class. So, yes, success. I succeeded my plan tonight, even though I'm frustrated, I'm grumpy, my headache hurts. I'm not a fan of people right now, and I'm just moving on, you know? So, yippers. Anyways. Yips. Anyway. So. Anyway, hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. Shoot. One of the cards just fell on the floor. One of the good ones, too. Move that now before Buddy eats some because it's one of my good ones. I needed to redesign the other card. Anyway. Alrighty. But you know what? When it comes to things like this, I tend to work best when I am triggered at times, and I just need to, hey, build something beautiful and have fun and do the things I love doing best. So here we go. Alrighty, so with that, friends, I'm going to say goodnight. So in case you're wondering, yes, Mondays is now tentatively the new date for doing the videos for these. I find, as I explained last Monday, the reason why I didn't do Mondays for the longest time, unless it was the daily stuff, was because my upline Teresa was doing Mondays. And I didn't want to, take her time slot. I don't know, I just had that respect for her. It's like, hey, she's been doing it for years. She does Mondays generally around 8 or 9 o'clock at night anyways. So I just thought, you know what? I'll do a different night of the week. And it took me a long time back then to figure out which night of the week. And I was back and forth, this, that. And then finally, it just came down to back then was Thursdays. Thursdays was kind of the best happy medium at the time. And, Evelyn. Anyway, so then recently I was like, you know what? The Thursdays isn't working because I find on Mondays, I don't know about you, but I tend to start the week a little more go. It's the start of the week. I have a little more energy, and I'm wearing my Halloween flaunting shirt. If you've got it, haunt it. And it was just until last week or so, I was like, you know what? I want a different day of the week because Thursdays just wasn't working for me, so I swapped to Mondays. So for the time being, it's Mondays. I was a few minutes late getting on, but it's all good. Sometimes, you know what, we gotta show up anyway. I'll wrap this up. I'm starting to get talkative here. I've been listening to some audio podcasty type stuff from some direct sales experts who I'm really, really happy with. And they talk about, show up anyway. She actually wrote a book, and the title of her book is Show Up Anyway. And that phrase sticks in my mind. You know what? I need to show up anyway to the things I do love doing. Surround myself with the things that uplifts me, makes me feel good, makes me want to move forward. And for the things that are toxic, the things that just isn't working out for me, why keep that negative energy? And that's something that I've been exploring the last couple of days. And tonight just was another round of more negative energy, but it was also releasing it. It was standing up and saying something to support myself and moving forward. Anyways, see you everyone. Bye bye.